First of all praises to the Father Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Ruach Kadash. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worshiping the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening, my people. Let's get some worship, rest, and praises in to the Most High. In these troubling times, we definitely need to do that. With everything that's going on around us, we need to reverence and worship the Most High. This is very important. Now, due to a request from a beautiful sister, we're going to talk about at least 3 of the wicked women, the wickedest of wicked women in the Bible. Now, there are more. You understand what I'm saying? There are more. Just like it is as far as wicked men, okay? But we're going to talk about these wicked women right here that led to the death of great men, okay? Herodias, Bathsheba, and of course, last but not least, and needs no introduction to tell you the truth, the infamous Queen Jezebel, okay? Woo, I tell you, she pretty much was the wicked of wickedness. You know what I mean? Of the women in the Bible, as far as I'm concerned. Even though our mother Eve, well, she kind of did things out of ignorance, but nevertheless, she was told what not to do. So, that was, just basically being hard-headed. Now, for all of you righteous sisters out there, while we discuss what these 3 women right here did, these beautiful black wicked women, not righteous beautiful black women, but wicked women, do not take this to heart as if, well, he's coming down on black women. Okay, I just want to make that clear. We're discussing history of our ancestral mothers right here. You understand? Okay? Now, let's talk about what Herodias did over here in Matthew to the brother John the Baptist. Okay? Very, very wicked. Now, we're going to take this down from 1 to 9 in Matthew chapter 14. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahushua, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. Okay, John the Baptist was Yahushua's first cousin. Okay, here in verse 3, for Herod, he was a king, had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake. That was the first sister we were just talking about, Herodias. Okay? This sister right here. Okay? That's Herodias. Now, for Herodias had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared for the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And look what she asked. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. She had John the Baptist, Yahushua's first cousin, head cut off. And also this wicked king right here, he obliged her. Okay? It says here, and the king was sorry Nevertheless, the oath's sake. Excuse me. Let's read this again. And the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him and meat. He commanded it to be given her. Okay. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. Okay. All because the wicked ass woman wanted his head cut off. For what? Well, we're going to take this down to 11. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother, who is Herodias. Okay? You see, we have to be, look, even sisters have to beware of other wicked sisters. Okay? That's just what it is. Okay? Now let's move to the next wicked sister. This right here is Bathsheba. And in case you guys are wondering who Bathsheba is in the Bible, well, Bathsheba is the wife of Uriel. Remember, keep in mind, I said she is the wife of Uriel. Okay? But Bathsheba committed adultery with King David, okay, who Yahushua stems from. As a matter of fact, Yahushua is the key of David, okay, basically, from the stem of Jesse, which is David's father, okay. But let's see what the sister Bathsheba here did that was so wicked, as far as I'm concerned. All right, starting in 2 Samuel, or maybe it could be first. Hang on. Yeah, 2 Samuel. Okay, 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon, and besieged Rabbah. Okay, but David tarried still at Jerusalem. And when you say tarried, that's when he just stayed there, and rested there, hung around. Okay, and it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. Okay? And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Uriel, the Hittite? Okay? She was married to a Hittite. Okay? Hittite was people that Israelites wasn't supposed to be even fooling with. Okay? Hittites. Okay? And matter of fact, it is said that Bathsheba is a Hamite herself, or a Canaanite, which again, the children of Israel is not to be fooling with. And King David is an Israelite king by blood. Okay? That's what that is. And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness. And she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child. Okay. And David sent to Joab, saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. Remember, Uriah the Hittite is Bathsheba's husband. Okay. Now to continue. And Joab sent Uriah to David. Verse 7. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. Okay? See, this is wickedness on high, and it's wicked on David's behalf too. It really is, because he's a king, but he know any woman that he's summoned for, she's supposed to go to him. But you know, this man right here, this woman's married to a man. See? But Bathsheba could have said no, for I am married. And you know this, thou king or whatever, okay? Let's continue. And David said to Uriah, go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. See, Uriah didn't understand that he was being fattened up for the kill, okay? But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, comest thou not from thy journey? When then didst thou not go down unto the house, or thine house? Okay. And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? Question, okay? Excuse all this, people. As thou livest and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. See, he resisted that. See, the thing is, what David was conniving and scheming to get Uriah to go sleep with his wife, so he can think that when she do conceive this baby, that baby is Uriah, but it wasn't. It's David's. Because see, Uriah had been off in the war. You see what I'm saying? So if he was away on war, how would his wife get pregnant? So this is the reason why David had Uriah summoned to go to bed with his wife, just in case, so he can think when she do have the baby, it's it's my child, but it was actually David. Now that's wickedness on wickedness. Okay, let's continue. Look what David did though. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also and tomorrow, and I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And at the evening, in the evening time, he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his lord, but went not down to his house. He still didn't go. And I know David got mad, And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. Listen to this. See, David got mad. See? And he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. So he put David put Uriah on front line. Sent Uriah with the letter to Joab, okay? To put Uriah on front line so he can get killed. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that violent men were. Wow. Wow. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Y'all hear that? You see, the Most High say, and it's not for us to question the Most High, but I do sometimes wonder when he say David was a man. He loved David. The Most High Yahweh loved David, but he said David was a man after his own heart. Now, nevertheless, just make the long story short here. David paid for this wickedness right here. And so did Bathsheba. Because that baby, the Most High took that baby. You see what I'm saying? He took that baby. He took that baby. And boy, did they lament after that. Boy, did they grieve and everything else, from that wickedness. So, They paid for it. That's just what it is, because that wasn't cool. That was not cool. Now let's go to, last but not least, the most infamous, wickedest of wickedness woman in the Bible, okay? The heavyweight champion of wickedness, okay? Queen Jezebel, the wickedest of wickedness, okay? Wow. I'm telling you, this lady right here, it is said that she was actually a prostitute, a murderess. I mean, she did a lot of things, okay? But she actually, from what I understand, led to the destruction of great prophets. It's even said that she enslaved and encaved like a lot of the prophets and just fed them bread and water, had them, trapped in a cave or something like that. Now, she didn't do all this stuff on her own. She is a queen and she had an army that carried out her orders, okay? It wasn't like she was a superwoman and went and did all this stuff herself, okay? But one of the most notorious things that she's known for is that, I think, Nebat, if I'm not mistaken, we'll get into First Kings, and it talks all about it. Her husband wanted this man's vineyard, okay? Basically, let's just get into the Kings, and let's first go and see who this woman is. Then we'll get into what she did, okay? First Kings chapter 16:31. And it came to pass, as if it had been a light thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, that he took to wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ethanbal, king of the Zidonians, and went and served, guess what? Baal, and worship him. Now, Baal is basically the ways of the devil, okay? She was a Baal worshiper, number one. See, she got a lot of instructions from evil spirits. You understand? This is what Jezebel, was all about. Okay? Now let's go over here in 1 Kings 21, 5. We're going to take it down to 16. Okay? But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread? Baby, why you ain't eating? What's the matter? Basically what she was saying, okay? And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. In other words, you ain't give my vineyard. It's not for sale. Now go on, basically. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? And see, she's putting in here, you the king. Whatever you want, to happen, you just say it and it happened. What's up? Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite. Okay? She said she gonna do it. See? So she wrote letters in Ahab's name, and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city dwellings with Naboth. Okay? And she wrote in the letter, saying, proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people. And set 2 men, sons of Belial, before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme Yahweh and the king, and then carry him out and stone him, that he may die. You hear what this trick did? You understand what I'm saying? You hear what she did? She had this man killed because he didn't want to sell his vineyard to her husband, the king. She had him killed. Let's continue. and the men of the city, even the elders and the nobles who were the inhabitants in his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them, and as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them. Now, the strength of a wicked woman is a weak man. I'm going to just say that. You understand what I'm saying? Because none of these men had to follow these things. But being that she's the king's wife, which is the queen, they did it. Okay? To continue here in verse 12, they proclaimed a fast and set Nebath, something like that, on high among the people. She made an example of him to everybody else that will refuse to listen to what the king wants, basically. Okay? And there came in 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him, and the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme Yahweh and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones that he died. Then they sent to Jezebel, saying, Naboth is stoned and is dead. And it came to pass, when Jezebel heard that Naboth was stoned and was dead, that Jezebel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite, which he refused to give thee for money. For Naboth is not alive but dead. And it came to pass, when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite to take possession of it. Okay? Wow. Now that was some wickedness for you. Okay? That's just all there is to it. This chick right here was wicked. Now, many of you may know, many of you may not know. She got her just due though. Okay? It said that she was thrown from a window or some kind of way, some wild dogs, you know what I mean, ate her up, you know what I mean, lapped her blood up out of the streets. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get it. Here it is right here in 2 Kings 9, verse 30 to 37. Let's start. And when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tired her head and looked out at a window. And as Jehu entered at the gate, she said, Had Zimri peace, who slew his master? And he lifted up his face to the window and said, Who is on my side? Who? Question. And there looked out to him 2 or 3 eunuchs. Okay? Eunuch is a man, if I'm not mistaken, that doesn't have private parts. Okay? For whatever reason. Okay? I guess he was cut off. But anyway, and he said, Throw her down. So they threw her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall and on the horses, and he trodden her underfoot. And when he was come in, he did eat and drink, and said, Go see now this cursed woman, and bury her, for she is a king's daughter. And they went to bury her, but they found no more of her than the skull and the feet and the palms of her hands. Okay? Ooh, boy. Wherefore they came again and told him, and he said, This is the word of the Lord, which he spake by his servants Elijah the Tishbite, saying, In the portion of Jezreel shall dogs eat the flesh of Jezebel, and the carcass of Jezebel shall be as dung. Dung is crap, okay? For, a more better word fit the discussion here, okay? Upon the face of the field in the portion of Jezreel, so that they shall not say, this is Jezebel, okay? So you see, it does not pay for a man or a woman to be wicked. And all three of these women, in some way, shape, or form, got their just due. Okay? That's all I got on this one, people. Tell me what y'all think about today's lesson. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.